Hello class, in this video I shall be discussing on the topic nutrition in human beings. Okay, we all know that we get nutrition from food. Okay, as you can see on the screen about the human alimentary canal. So it is in the alimentary canal where the food is present, okay, or the food is processed, and from there the necessary nutrients are being absorbed by the body. Clear? Then what I'll do is now I will divide the alimentary canal into different sections, say like mouth, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, and anus. Okay, so the first part is the mouth. As we all know that we take food from our mouth. Okay, now in the mouth we chew, okay, by which it helps in breaking down the food particles into smaller pieces. Along with that, even saliva is produced, okay, from our human body. So it is produced or secreted by the salivary glands. Okay, now this saliva contains an enzyme called the salivary amylase, and it will help in breaking the starch molecules into simple sugars. Okay, actually the food particles are made up of starch. Okay, so it helps in breaking down those starch molecules into simpler sugars. Okay, then the food get mixed thoroughly with the saliva. Okay, and then it will pass through the esophagus. That is the second part of the alimentary canal, okay, that we are discussing. So here we call it esophagus or windpipe. Okay, so there is a muscle contraction taking place in the esophagus, so which helps to push the food forward towards the next section, that is the stomach. So now the next one is the stomach. Okay, in the stomach, on the walls of the stomach there is a gland present. Okay, now that gland is called the gastric gland. Okay, so this gastric gland produces or releases the following things, which is hydrochloric acid, protein digesting enzyme called the pepsin, and mucus. Okay, let us try to know what are their roles in the stomach. So hydrochloric acid, it used to create an acidic medium. Okay, and this will facilitate the action of the digesting enzyme, which is the pepsin. Clear? Then the third one, that was a mucus. So mucus is a slippery aqueous substance. Okay, so the role of that one is to moisturize the stomach. Okay, and the next section comes the small intestine. So in this small intestine, the complete digestion of the carbohydrates, proteins, and fats takes place. Okay, now this complete digestion is done by the secretion, okay, of bile juice from liver and pancreatic enzymes, okay, or pancreatic juice from pancreas. So the bile juice that is produced or secreted from the liver, it helps in breaking down the fats. Okay, actually the fats are present in large globules. They are broken down into smaller sizes called the emulsified fats. Okay, or they are converted into or broken down into small droplets. Okay, they are called emulsified fats. And this bile juice also helps, okay, in increasing the efficiency of the enzyme action, because if the globules, if the large size fats are broken down into smaller sizes, okay, then the efficiency of the enzyme to act on them also increases. Now the next one is the pancreatic juice. Okay, in the pancreatic juice that is secreted by the pancreas, which contain an enzyme called the trypsin. Okay, trypsin is used for digesting the proteins. Okay, and another enzyme, that is lipase. Okay, this lipase is used for breaking down the emulsified fats. Okay, so finally what happens, the enzyme present in the small intestine, they used to convert the proteins into amino acids complex carbohydrates into glucose and fats into fatty acids and glycerol. Okay, now the digested food are taken up by the walls of the small intestine. The inner lining of the small intestine, they have huge number or numerous finger-like projection called the villi. Okay, and these villi have large surface area for absorbing those digested food. And also the villi are richly supplied with blood vessels, okay, which they take the absorbed food to each and every cell of the body. And this absorbed food, they utilize or they use it for obtaining energy, building up new tissues, and also repairing the old tissues. Now the remaining unabsorbed food are sent to the large intestine, and from the large intestine, the walls of the large intestine, they absorb more water from this material, and the rest of the materials are removed from the body through the anus, or we say via the anus. Okay, so that is how the process of digestion takes place. Okay, the digestion of food takes place in human body.